Class 3rd. A very good morning to all of you. I hope all of you are doing fine and healthy at your home or at your place. So class 3rd, as you all know that we are doing the 11th chapter of our NCERT book, and in today's session we will be discussing about fuels and its advantages as well as its disadvantages. So now let's begin with the session. Fuels. So fuels is the substance that is burned to provide heat or power. So class, they are the substance, and when they are burned they provide us with heat or power. Okay, and materials like coal, wood, oil or gas can provide heat when burned. So when we burn a wood, we feel hot, we feel that yes, heat is there. Similarly, when a gas is burned, we feel that it is hot, and that is the reason we cook food in it. Oil, when you burn an oil, you can see that heat is being provided when they are burned. Now class, we will be discussing the different types of fuels. So there are three types of fossil fuels which can be used for us, and which are coal, oil and natural gas. So we have different types of fossil fuels, basically three types of fossil fuels, and fossil fuels are those fuels that takes millions of years to form, and these are used for us, and the examples of fossil fuels are coal, oil and natural gas. So we will be discussing about them. Number one is about coal. So class, we all have seen a coal. A coal is a black hard rock. Okay, so it is black in color and it is very hard, just like a rock, which can be easily burnt, and when burned it produces heat and energy. So we know that coal is a very hard substance, and the color of the coal is black, we can see in the image also, and it is very easily burned. Okay, and when this coal is burned, it will produce heat and as well as energy. So you feel that when a coal will be burned, you will feel that there is heat is being there, and it is giving us with energy also. Now the next thing, we will be discussing about the advantages of the coal. What are the advantages of the coal? So class, the best advantages of the coal are it can be stored in cool, dry conditions. So we can store the coal in any of the conditions, whether hot, cool as well as in the dry conditions. Second advantage, it is available in an abundant supply. So we have lots and lots of supply of coal, so it is easily available for us. Furthermore class, it is a full-time energy resources. So we get the full energy from this coal, from full time, all the time. Whenever the coal is being burned, it provides us with the full-time energy resources. Now coal is comparatively safe, so it is safe than another resources. It is safe from the another type of the fossil fuels, and it is cheaper in cost. The cost of the coal is cheaper if we compare with the another types of the fossil fuels. So these are the advantages of the coal. Now we will be discussing some of the disadvantages of the coal. So class, as you know that coal is a fossil fuel, means it takes lots and lots of years to form, and furthermore class, it generates millions and millions of tons of waste. So when coal is burned, it creates millions, means many millions, like we can't count that, millions and millions tons of waste. So it produces lots and lots of waste. Furthermore class, it releases something harmful when it is burned. So when coal is burned, it releases some harmful substances. Okay, next is coal is fast depleting because we consume too much of it. So because we are consuming too much of coal, its value or amount is decreasing day by day, and we know that it is a fossil fuel. It takes millions of years to form the coal. So we are depleting, we are decreasing the coal because we are consuming it too much. Furthermore, class, coal destroys natural habitats. So because of the coal, various natural habitats are being destroyed. Coal also displaces human settlements. It not only destroys the natural habitats but also displaces human settlements. Human beings have to shift to another place because of the coal. So these were the advantages as well as the disadvantages of coal. Next, we are going to discuss about natural gas. So class, as the name natural gas means, natural gas is a naturally occurring gas. It occurs naturally and it contains many different components. So you can see in natural gas, first it is occurring naturally. It is given to us by the nature and has many different compounds. Lots and lots of compounds are there, and compounds are the substances, or you can say things or different types of the gases are there in the natural gas. So natural gas is a naturally occurring gas. It is given to us by the nature, and furthermore it has many different types of the gas in the forms of the different compounds. Now we will be discussing the advantages of natural gas, which are class. Natural gas is a cleaner fuel. It is less harmful to the environment than coal, petrol or diesel, as it has less carbon dioxide emission. So class, it is a clean. It has, in the sense, it has less harmful because it is clean fuel. If we talk in the comparison with coal, coal is not a clean, but natural gas is comparatively clean and it causes less harm to the environment. We just got to know that coal causes so much harm to the environment by generating millions and millions tons of waste. So in terms of, if we talk about natural gas, it causes less harm to the environment as if we compare with coal, petrol or diesel, because it discharges, or you can say emission means discharge, less amount of carbon dioxide. Okay, so because it discharges less amount of carbon dioxide, that is the reason it is less harmful to the environment. Next thing class, it can be easily stored and transferred through pipelines. So we all have seen pipes. It is easily stored in the pipe, and if we have to transfer the natural gas, it is done with the help of the pipelines. Lots of pipes making arranged in a proper line is called as a pipeline. Next, it is relatively more abundant than any other fuels, fossil fuels, that is coal and petroleum. So we know that fossil fuels are the fuels that takes millions of years to form. So your natural gas is available in abundance. If we compare in with coal and petroleum, natural gas is abundant in the nature. Next, it is a safer fuel, we know that, and lastly it provides instant energy, which is why it is used for cooking in oven. So it provides with on the spot. Instant means on the spot energy, and that is the reason we used it in the oven cooking. So for oven cooking we use a natural gas. Next, now we are discussing the disadvantages of the natural gases, which are number 1, limited quantities. So class, although we know that it is abundant, but in India the quantities of the natural gas is very limited, because we need to store in a pipeline, and which means it is very difficult for us to store, and we have to brought it the items from the another countries. So it has a limited quantities, so that is the reason it is a disadvantages for us. Furthermore, it is dangerous. If you are not going to handle the natural gas in a proper and in a very careful way, it will become dangerous. It will explode. There will be fire. So you need to handle the natural gas in a very, very, very careful way. Next, it pollutes the environment. Although class, we know that when it burns, it discharges less of the carbon dioxide, but somehow it is discharging carbon dioxide, which in return is causing harm to the environment. So this is also one of its disadvantages, that it is polluting the environment. And last, expensive pipelines. The infrastructure that is need for use of natural gas is very expensive. Thus the infrastructure is expensive, and making of pipelines is also very expensive. So these are certain disadvantages of natural gases. Now we are going to talk about petroleum, which is also called as the crude oil. Okay, it is an oil only, but we call it as the crude oil. And petroleum is formed by the remains of ancient marine organisms such as plants and animals. So again, petrol is a fossil fuel which is caused when the organisms of river, or you can say water, died and they are buried. It takes millions of years to form petrol, and because of the marine organisms such as your plants and the animals, petrol is formed. And we should use or use of petrol, consume petrol in a less amount of it. We should safely use the petrol. Okay class, so class, watch the video and submit the work on time. Thank you.